Hello, everybody. This is Seth from Gimp Hero Games coming at you with the next update for ManaBat. Uh, it's been a crazy couple of weeks. I've gotten a lot of stuff done, a lot of things accomplished, and I also even was able to take a little bit of a vacation, which is great. So all right, so as you can see, right now I've got some builds. I've got Windows and Linux. I'm Linux native, so but most people are on Windows. I don't have a Mac, so I can't do a Mac build. But these are going to end up being the basis for. I'll have a Linux version and then a Windows version for people to download and test and everything. But I'll go ahead and get this started for right now. I'll just kind of talk about everything that I've done over the last couple of weeks. And as you can see, we have build. Oh my god. Alright. So I got some basic settings. Still don't have a diagram yet. Go ahead and hit start. We've got difficulty modes. Easy, medium, hard, and extreme. I can go into those just a little bit. Basically, the way that I built and designed this system is that there's different individual abilities based on weapon type, and depending on the training level of the enemies. So here you can see mostly recruits, the standard spread, which is recruits, trained, veterans, and elites. And then no recruits on hard, which means the minimum is going to be trained enemies, and then on extreme difficulty you got veterans and elites only. And the tree itself has only 2,400 down to 1,200 health, which extreme is pretty hard. I lose more often than I actually win, so we'll go ahead and do hard. And then here we go. Game starts. Got some text. So another thing that I created over this last couple of weeks, besides doing the build, let's see. You start the game with one spirit, and the idea of the prototype is that the players kind of explore, a minimally viable world, and they start off with one spirit in this case, and it's randomly selected. In this case, I started with Brine or the water spirit. Then from here, she'll point me towards another one of the other four spirits, and it'll give you a nav point to go and find it. It'll also narrate to you, that I'm the water spirit, and you can use my powers and stuff. And and then she'll give you the point, the location of the next shrine, and then you go find it and you fight enemies along the way. When you find all four, you have to go back and defend the tree. And then once you defend the tree from 3 waves of enemies and a boss, then you win the game and you get some stats. If you don't defend the tree and the tree dies, then you lose the game and you got to start over again. Let's see. Oh, I rewrote. So after I complete the ManaBat combat prototype and get this out and get some feedback on this, the next thing I'm going to start developing more in depth is the actual NPC system, because they are going to be AI driven. I plan on training my own model. It'll run locally, so there won't be any paid inference or anything else like that. But I have to create a very tight NPC agentic like system for the NPCs to be efficient, to be memorable, and to have their own voices and personalities and everything. So I started tweaking with this just a little bit, just to make these elementals seem a little bit different from each other. And I think it's pretty decent so far. All of the dialogue is written by AI, as I plan on it being. I'm not a fan of the style of how they speak at this point right now, but like I said, the next phase of this is going to be developing the actual NPC system. So I'm okay with it for now. I think at the very least, each one of them are unique, and they're not generated in real time because I don't have the LLM actually built and embedded in the game, but that's all in the next phase after the combat loop is resolved. So there's been a lot of work in the four different voices of the elemental spirits, and hopefully it's at least a little bit interesting. But it is useful. It tells you what to do. It tells you who they are. It gives you a little bit of a backstory as to what's happening. But yes. Let's see. All right, so we'll go ahead and carry on with this. Each one of the elements, they also have their own font. I think it's important if you're going to be talking to a lot of them to know who you're talking to at a glance right away. So Cinder, Zephyr, and Cairn. So those are the three other elementals. Open them and bring them back here. It will likely hold. I've been wrong about likely before. Cairn is the high rock, or in the high rock. So he's in the mountains. He will tell you the worst of it. He is usually right. So now you can see. Oh, I also imported the menu. So now we have a map section. It bakes the map. So everything's procedurally generated. So on the outset, it'll actually bake the map, and you'll be able to, see the map in real time. I also have the elementals page here, so you can see I've only got one elemental. And you can still do all of the stuff that I had showed you guys before. So the elemental abilities and everything are in here, and you can read them. You can see I'm missing a cube, but you can see the visual effect of what it looks like on the enemy as they're affected by all of the different marks. And then we have the different weapons, and you can see the weapons, what the actual attacks look like. Yep, all that stuff. And we also have some settings. We got some brightness settings, which actually kind of works. And then we have some master volume, which I'm going to turn this down now because the sound effects are still really high. Don't have music yet, but I will at some point. There we go. It's still loud. All right, and I got a little nav point up there, and I got a mini map. Look at all of this sweet stuff I've been doing. Karen, found me. That's the one thing gone right. I'll not look for a second. They'll not last out there on their own. This one, best they don't go on their own. Move. Standings for later. There's no later. Move anyway. Yeah, I still have some work to do with getting these guys speaking, but that's also another thing is I'll end up developing because each one of the regions will have its own people or its own races that are that worship the elemental spirits. So they're going to have their own cultures and everything. So eventually, I'll end up writing dialogue guides and style guides and stuff like that. But for right now, I think this is at least interesting. This is Zephyr, the air spirit. You can see that I found her in the plains right here. You opened it. It didn't. How long was I? No, don't tell me. Not yet. Later. Are you hurt? You are. There. You're actually not hurt, but it's okay. Cinder is in the burning lands. So now we got to search the volcanic desert, which is this biome. And if we use our handy dandy map, we can see that's pretty much. That's a camera flaw. You can see pretty much that the volcanic desert biome skirts the mountains, so we're just gonna wander around in a circle till we find it. Whee! Let's get some enemies. We'll do sandstorm. Oh, how do I get on top of you? Alright, got him. I thought there was a guy over here. There are. See if we can didn't petrify him. So when you're attacking these guys with earth magic, if you kill them with earth magic, you have a chance to petrify them. And neither of those guys got petrified. But what petrified does is they stand there forever as statues, and you can shatter them with your quarterstaff, or you can let them stay there. Then eventually the game will go through like a millennia of time, and the statues will remain. So you'll be able to come back to them and be like, "Oh yeah, I remember when I turned you into a statue." Ha! Don't stand about with me. Standing about is what when it gets into your head. Move. All right, now we got to defend the world tree. Go. Oh, there they go. Get him. Leave the tree alone, jerk. Now this guy's on fire, and he's dead. Wahaha. Alright. Let's see, we're going to use the sandstorm. So you can see I cast air wall right there to kind of bounce these projectiles off. You can also see that the projectiles will now kind of linger a little bit. Oh, I'm out of air abilities. There we go. Or I'm out of momentum. So one of the things that I was finding is that the enemies, the ranged enemies, are dangerous because they keep doing lots and lots of damage. And you don't really notice it. I'm going to lose. Burn! Oh, I lost. But see, so it actually is quite difficult. But what you have to do is you have to get through, you have to kill 3 waves, and then you actually win. And then there's a little bit of an outtake in which all of the elementals will kind of spawn and circle the tree and heal it back up and everything. So, oh, apparently the game is still going because I'm dying right now. But you can see, I still got to fix the UI and everything on here, but you can kind of see the split right here. We got Earth damage did 86 damage, Fire did 98 damage, Air did 16 damage. The share is 43 and 49%, 8% per second damage, which that needs, because that's over the course of the entire gameplay. I had 3 kills with Earth, 1 kill with Fire. I had 12 casts and 3 casts. Apparently the game is still running even with this going right now, so I got to turn that off. But anyway, so these will be the stats. You'll have a lot more information here that you can use. And it'll kind of give you an idea as to how you're doing across all your different runs. I'm also going to end up adding a form for you to answer, probably 8 to 12 questions, and then I'll have an upload telemetry data button to where you can choose to upload it, and then I'll be able to, if you want to, I would really appreciate it, but then I'll be able to pair the telemetry data up with the answers to your questions and help me kind of tighten this up and get as much information as I possibly can. Let's see. The ending, yeah, I explained that, but I wasn't able to do it, so I'm not going to go through the game again because that's a long time. Let's see. So the scorecard, went through that with you guys. Pause menu, I went through that too. Combat did get meaner because now I've got my 4 different difficulty settings, and hard, like it is actually hard. So let's see. Ranged enemies. Yes, I did a lot of stuff with the ranged enemies. I also had their projectiles linger quite a bit. The world reads differently. Oh yeah, so I also randomized the river spawning just a little bit. Before it was just 3 rivers every single time. Now it's anywhere between 2 and 5 rivers will actually spawn and break up the world just a little bit more. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Then I've got all of the. I will go ahead and quit. And I've got all the different builds. I've got the Linux builds. I've got the Windows build. I'll pass out the Windows build. I've got a dev build just to test things and stuff too. Otherwise, that's pretty much it. That's where I'm at. So I'm getting really, really close to finishing this up and actually getting it out to people to start trying and playing. I think the next things I'm going to work on is these builds are working now. I just played from the Linux build that you just saw. So I'll now that I have builds, I have a baseline. So I'll just do new builds whenever I commit a bunch of stuff and just make sure nothing broke. I might even automate that system just a little bit. And then the next things I'm going to do is I have some tightening up. A couple of things that I'm wanting to do is in regard to the elementals themselves. I also want to. There's a corruption mechanic that I've decided that I'm going to add in there. I don't think it's going to be that long, but you're going to see a different type of enemy that ends up kind of getting corrupted, and they're going to be very, very dangerous. And the idea is that at the end of the defense of the world tree scenarios are going to end up being a majority of those guys in the real game. But for right now, I'm going to put a mechanic in there to corrupt some enemies, just so we can kind of see what that's going to feel like, and also see how dangerous it's going to be. And the last thing I want to try to do before I put this whole thing together is so the generative world, the procedural world is voxel based, and all of the elemental abilities will affect the world, the terrain. In various ways. Obviously, Earth elemental will affect the terrain the most. So right now I have, which here we'll just hit play really quick. Right now I have the elemental spawning, just kind of a mesh-based item. Hopefully the Earth elemental is the one I spawn with right away. That spawns a wall. We'll do medium. That spawns a wall for the enemies to get around or block projectiles or attack. Right now it's just a mesh, and I want to. Let's start me off with fire. Go, go, go. Let's see. As soon as I can find the Earth Elemental, I will show you guys. There it is. Ka-chow. Go, go, go. Okay, so we'll go here, and boom. So you can see, whoa. That's a first. Huh, okay. Well, so here we can go. Let me find a group of enemies really quick. Let's go, go, go. Be fast. Alright, so we'll go like this. Yeah. So now you can see this this thing right here, this wall. What it does is it blocks projectiles, and then they can attack it. You can see it flashing. They can attack it to break it, which is great. And then it dies and goes away. And then I can put another one here, and then they can attack it. So to block projectiles from the tree and stuff like that. But this is a mesh. I want to do it based on voxels, and so I'm thinking about adding an extra couple of weeks on development time, so that way I can actually implement that and have it work, because I think it would be really awesome. Because that's also going to be another major part of the gameplay, is doing something like that. So that way the player sees their... Stop, dropping, and rolling in the river. So that way the player sees their impact on the world, especially over the course of the 1,000 years that the game is actually going to be taking place. So I'm just getting more and more enemies here. Anyway, so we're just going to call this quits. But I want to implement that into the actual game. So I may take an extra couple of weeks just to get that in there, just so everybody can see it working and everything. So but I'm undecided on whether I'm going to do that or not yet, but I'm kind of leaning towards I am going to do it. So, but at any rate, that's where I'm at. It's been a very productive couple of weeks, even with the vacation. But bottom line is, I'm anywhere from like 2 to 4 weeks out from getting this out for people to try and play and everything. So otherwise, I hope that this was fun. I hope it looks fun. I hope, if you're looking forward to playing it, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing you play it. So, I also got to add the telemetry data and then the form at the end too. That's what else I got to do. But anyway, so we're 2 to 4 weeks out from the actual first playable. I'm really excited. I think it's going to be... well, whether it's successful or not, I don't really know, but I think it's fun, so here's hoping there's at least a couple people out there that think it's fun too. So anyway, thank you very much. I hope this is fun and inspiring, and more than anything, I hope that you have yourself a beautiful day.